The following program is an SUTV production. The views expressed are not necessarily those of Salisbury University, the University System of Maryland, its regents, administration, officers, employees, or representatives.
Good evening and welcome to SUTV Sports Night. I'm Amanda Newman.
I'm Amir Carter.
I'm Will Ovington.
I'm Travis Nardella.
And I'm Michael McGraw.
Tonight we're going to begin with the NFL. So did you guys hear about the Chiefs defense the other day?
Pretty good.
They had 3 sacks against Terrell Pryor.
Yeah, I was rooting for Terrell Pryor. You know, he's turning it around from
Yeah.
Ohio State. You know, he had that little bump in the road at the end about the selling merchandise,
Yeah.
but now seeing him doing good, so I thought he was going to be able to really prove himself against the Chiefs, but the Chiefs are just too hot right now. They're still 6-0, and their crowd broke a record for the loudest crowd ever, so clearly they got the 12th man on their side.
137.5 decibels. That's how loud the stadium was. Like, that's crazy. They beat the Seahawks record as well.
Yeah.
Right. And I think, like, the main thing about this team is their defense. Their offense it's decent. Alex Smith and Jamal Charles, Dwayne Bower, doing good. But I think the main focus of this team right now is the defense. I mean, they're ranked first in points allowed with only 65. Second behind them is the Panthers with 68. But they've already had their bye week, so they're a game behind. And then in third place is the Seahawks, and they've allowed 94 points. So that's over 30 points difference separating the two teams. So I think this is one of the best defenses we've seen in recent memory. I think they have the opportunity to be better than even the 2000 Ravens.
Yeah, it's amazing how 1 year makes a difference. Last year the Chiefs were 1-15, 2-14, first overall pick, and now they're undefeated with a new coach and looking really good.
When your defense is playing that well and your crowd's getting that into it, it's likely that it'll turn out well.
So, Mike, how far do you think the Chiefs will go with this? I mean, even though we know they're doing well, it's a good start, they're still the Chiefs, and I don't think they're on the Broncos level. So how far do you think they'll go with this?
Well, they are the Chiefs with Andy Reid and Alex Smith at quarterback, and what they're doing with Alex Smith right now is they're doing everything that he came into, that a lot of people don't remember him from Utah, that he wasn't the stretch the field. He was manage the offense, get the running game going, and he's been running the ball himself well too. So it'll be interesting to see the day they face the Broncos, the best defense in the league, against the most powerful offense out there.
That'll be an intense game.
Do you think both of those teams are going to go into that game undefeated?
Yes.
I think both of these teams have an opportunity to go 15-1, each losing to the other team. I think because originally I thought the Broncos could probably even go 16-0 and go for the perfect season. But seeing the way the Chiefs defense has played, I don't think there's any way they're going to lose a game at home this year. So when the Broncos have to travel into Kansas City, into that stadium, that atmosphere, I think it's going to be too much for even the great Peyton Manning to handle. I think Broncos end up going 15-1, losing in Kansas City.
They might break another world record with their noise once again. What do you guys think of Rob Gronkowski not returning this week?
It's very stressful for everybody that's a Patriots fan. And the team we've seen. Now players are starting to talk. You know, Bill Belichick, you know, he keeps a straight face. He doesn't really break character. But, I mean, clearly we saw the first week Brady has been frustrated with the people he's throwing to. Just miscommunications with young players. But they're still doing well. But clearly we know with the Aaron Hernandez situation, they're missing Gronkowski and they need him out there. And they said that he's been playing in practice. So it's not like, oh, we're praying he comes back. It's like we're trying to figure out. It went from, oh, my God, when does he come back, to why hasn't he come back yet? And I'm hoping he doesn't Derrick Rose the Patriots because that would be very upsetting, especially in football. So Gronk, I just think he needs to focus and try to get up there, you know, as soon as possible.
I truly think he should have been placed on the IR, though, since he didn't return this week. Like, it was kind of a waste of a space for someone else who could have been there, maybe a different tight end to help them succeed.
Tim Tebow, yeah,
Maybe
right,
him
exactly.
too. But I mean, the players are saying how well he's doing in practice. it's not like he's missing balls or those kinds of things. Like, he's actually succeeding. So it's probably just the doctors that are saying that he can't return. Hopefully we'll see him back soon.
But I mean, it's the team doctors who've cleared him. It's that he went and got a third-party opinion from Dr. James Andrews, who has been known throughout the NFL for rejuvenating players' careers. You got Adrian Peterson and his ACL tear, Robert Griffin and his MCL tear. So I think he has every right to go out and get a third opinion, considering his health issues in the past. He doesn't want to go in unprepared for the beating that he's obviously going to take in his first game back. I think he's just looking out for extending his NFL career as long as possible, and I think risking an injury could jeopardize that.
Yeah, the same thing with like early. I mean, he going on that Super Bowl run, he messed up his ankle on that one little play, and then he messes up his arm, and then he has to get surgery again. He had like 5 surgeries now.
He has been playing with all these injuries before.
Yeah.
He played with the forearm injury. The back surgery, that's something you can't really question him for sitting out with.
Yeah, exactly. So do you think Gronk is just like, okay, I've been playing too, reckless. I need to think about the long run instead of just short term. So maybe Gronk's just thinking, okay, I went all out in the past, and I've been getting hurt a lot. So maybe he's just trying to make sure he's 100%. So when he comes back, he still lives up to those standards that everybody has him up to.
And he's so young, he needs to think long term, just if he'll be able to use his arm, if his back will still cause him problems when he's like 40 years old, when he's
Right.
not playing football. I mean, of course he loves football, but he needs to make sure he's healthy and that he can continue to play.
Yeah, but forget about Gronkowski. It's Jimmy. That's what everybody wants to know. Jimmy Graham.
Everyone wants to see Jimmy Graham.
He is ridiculous. I mean, I didn't even know he was that big. He's like, what, 6'7", and played basketball. Notice how all the great tight ends play basketball, because Anthony Gonzalez and Antonio Gates all played basketball in college. So that tells you something already. And the numbers he's been doing, I mean, they said right now he's on track to break every record for the tight end.
Break all Gronk's records.
Right, yeah, Gronk's record. So Gronk's not mad about that. So if I'm Gronk, I'm trying to get back as soon as possible, because everybody's saying Jimmy Graham's the best tight end in the NFL.
Yeah, I was looking on ESPN.com earlier. He's projected to have 100 receptions this year, which is unbelievable for a tight end.
Right.
Yeah, for sure. And he has such an awesome background story. I love learning about that.
Yeah, and you look at the quarterback he has. If Drew knows that he wants to break this record, he'll get the ball to him. We know how amazing Drew Brees is. This is nothing new. So I wouldn't be surprised if he broke the records with ease this year.
So I mean, given the option, would you take Jimmy Graham without a doubt over Gronkowski?
That is
right now.
That's the most interesting argument.
Right, but to be safe, I'm gonna say right now I pick Jimmy. Clearly, I mean it's obvious.
Because Gronkowski's track record of injuries already piling up.
Right, exactly. And how long has he been in the league? Like not even that.
2010, he got
Couple
drafted.
years.
Exactly. So what, 3?
Yeah.
Pushing 4. Like so, you've been hurt that many times, and Jimmy, if he's been hurt, it's not been a big. I mean that's the big story about
He got
Gronk.
hurt the other day in the Patriots game. He hurt his ankle.
Yeah, but that's not gonna last long.
But I'm just saying, see, he did get hurt already.
But Jimmy's gonna be back next week.
And also, if you're thinking of it from a running standpoint, Jimmy Graham's only mainly been used in the motion game, getting him in position for blocks. While Gronkowski, if you're really trying to run between the tackles, he's been proven to be able to do that. I mean, Stevan Ridley last year, over 1,300 yards. And Saints running game, did they have a guy over 800 last season?
Probably not.
But I mean, with a quarterback like Drew Brees, do you really need a running back?
You don't.
Getting
You don't.
that many yards. But I see what you're saying about Gronkowski. He's definitely more like a throwback kind of style for the tight end, like what you're used to seeing in like the old school NFL films.
But he's still a vertical threat at the same time.
Exactly. Yeah.
That you have to be reckoned with.
Yeah, but Jimmy Graham has a style where he's the little like Vernon Davis type of Shannon Sharp. They put him out wide and put him on DBs who can't guard them because they're so big. I mean, he's 6'7". The average cornerback's what, 5'10". Even Richard Sherman's gonna have a problem with him. Clearly this year, because he hasn't been. That's another story. But, I just think if it depends on what type of team you have. I don't like if Gronk was on the Saints. I don't think he worked well. I mean, he's not Jimmy's style. But then with Gronk with the Patriots, it works well. The conservative. We're gonna push the ball. We're gonna shove it down your throat. We're gonna put it in the air.
Definitely.
But I think now Gronk, he's saving himself more because he knows the situation they're in. So I really don't have a problem with Gronk. Yeah, I'd be mad if I was on the Patriots, but then again, I'm a fan, so.
Right. So what about the Giants still being 6-0?
0-6.
Yeah, Travis.
0-6, excuse me. I read
Travis,
that
why
wrong.
don't you talk about
0-6.
this since you decided to wear the shirt?
Supporting
All
the
right.
Giants through thick and thin.
Well,
Oh no.
I mean,
well, see, the Giants have a lot of problems. Not only Eli Manning, but they have a hurt running back every single week. They're working out. I heard today they're working out Peyton Hillis today, and they're probably going to sign Peyton Hillis to play this week. So their running back committee is going to be Peyton Hillis, Brandon Jacobs, and a 7th-round draft pick who's never touched the ball in his life.
Jared
in his
Jacobs ran
career.
the ball well last
he,
week.
He
though.
did run. I was very impressed. I was happy to see
But you
that.
can't really trust Brandon Jacobs. He's let's say he's an interesting character.
He is a
We really
streaky
can't
performer.
expect,
Yeah.
yeah.
And their defensive line has underperformed tremendously, and their defensive backs are bad, and their offensive line can't block me.
So do the Giants, are you just, as a fan, are you accepting that they'll be the last in their division?
Well, yeah, I mean, I think they can get a couple wins. The NFC East is really bad this year, so I think they can get a couple of wins. They'll probably come in 3rd, 4th place, get a top 10 draft pick.
Do you
It's
think,
one season.
Do you think they have a chance playing the Vikings this week?
I think they do,
An even matchup, kind of, sort of?
because there's no way that the Giants start 0-7.
No way you have a chance, right?
Yeah.
You have your hand in it?
But considering how bad New York has started out this season, do you think it's about time they, at the end of the season, probably clean house? Is it the end of the Coughlin and Eli era in New York?
Well, Eli Manning is staying, but I believe Tom Coughlin is going to leave at the end of the season. There's been rumors of the Giants fielding offers for Akeem Nicks, and he's a free agent after this year, so they're probably not going to re-sign him. So there's, definitely going to be a completely different look next year. Just stay with it.
Now, my team, the Pittsburgh Steelers, got their first win. So let's all applaud for the Steelers.
Not gonna clap.
No.
Can't do it.
I'm happy now because we're not even that far behind from everybody. It's been like 2 games, a couple games in. The Ravens, the Bengals, and the Browns, everybody's shaky. So I'm not
Yes,
saying
you're right.
Pittsburgh is going to win the division. Clearly, that's not going to happen. I'm going to go for the Bengals to win it. But I think we're going to get a strong 3rd place. I would not accept the Browns beating the Steelers.
You never
But the
know.
Steelers we were playing our football. We're running the ball. Defense was doing better. So I'm trying to
Finally
figure
got
out.
a turnover this
Right,
week.
a turnover. So we're starting it up. We just, we're relaxed. With the 6 rings, if any teams, you would understand how we felt with those many championships. So we just want to get everybody excited, and then we back next week to win another game.
Tomlinson taking away all their curricular, well, not their curricular, but their pool
Extracurriculars.
tables,
All
their
the-
ping pong
all their
table,
games, their
all of
toys.
those things. He had to take those away from them just so they could win a game. So clearly they can't have any fun.
Yeah, he also
Just so they
banned.
could win.
He also banned somersaults and front flips in the end zone today. I saw.
Yep.
No fun for
hey,
them.
But backflips are okay. So David Wilson can go in there and do his backflip.
Dave Wilson's out.
That would
for
probably
weeks.
be out.
Yeah, Tom Coughlin actually doesn't like that.
Now, let's talk about this Redskins-Cowboys game briefly. What do you guys think? Well, I know you're a Redskins fan.
Right.
This is the game everybody looks for every year. What do you think about this?
There was a lot that I took away from this game. Mostly that RG3 is back. He was the second leading rusher behind Alfred Morris this week by only I think 20 yards. But I think the main problem that the Redskins are having is no longer at the quarterback position. It's special teams and it's their red zone efficiency. They were 0-3 in the red zone. They had to settle for field goals every possession. Their only touchdown came from 45 yards out from Alfred Morris. So I think once we get the defense, the special teams situated, then we can focus on working on that red zone efficiency, and we'll be back contending with the Cowboys for that NFC least title.
Talking about the
Let's
Redskins
hope so.
special teams problem, a big thing to attribute to that is that $30 million cap hit they've had.
Right.
Can't bring in veteran guys that are able to get down on the punt coverage, get down on kickoff coverage, and you obviously saw it this weekend. Dwayne Harris ran wild on him.
Yeah, he did.
I like him a lot. He's nice. I usually don't like the Cowboys. I don't like anybody on there most of the time. I try to hate them all. I
Yeah,
mean,
I
Des
feel you.
Bryant and DeMarco Murray, they're just young guys who really can play. They get hurt a lot, though. That's the only problem. Everybody's getting hurt, these young players.
Yeah, I saw something very interesting today when I was scrolling through Twitter about the NFC least, saying that the Cowboys' 3 wins are combined against teams combined for 4 wins. The Giants, St. Louis, and Washington. The Eagles' 3 wins are against teams combined with 1 win. And other than division versus division games, the NFC East is 3-12.
Wow. Oh, they really are the NFC least.
That says a lot.
That is crazy. Well, in other news, what do you guys think of Virginia and Tennessee playing at Bristol Motor Speedway?
Definitely a marketing move.
Right, exactly. Obviously.
Definitely a
Because
marketing.
NASCAR, you see with that on the cars, all you see is advertisements. So,
Mm-hmm.
do you think they're gonna add little things to like their Gatorade bottles now? With like, is gonna be Cheerios
I
on
think
the
we
side?
might see some decals on the helmets.
That's what I was
from
thinking,
our
too, on the
sponsors.
helmets.
I'm so happy Oregon is not playing in this game. Because Oregon would have. I don't even want to get into this. Oh my! Like I could just see what they would
But
do.
in all honesty, it is pretty sweet that they are bringing it to a NASCAR track in Bristol, Tennessee. They're calling it's being marketed as the Battle for Bristol.
Yeah,
As apparently the location is
halfway.
It's
Yeah.
halfway between both schools' campuses.
Yeah. I think it's going to be interesting to see how the stadium is set up, because obviously the field's going to be on the infield of the track, and there's going to be like 160,000 people there.
Right.
That's a lot of people, but the closest person is going to be very far away because the NASCAR tracks are very wide, so the fans aren't going to be close to the action like a normal college football game.
Yeah, I was thinking of that too. I don't think they're going to be able to see very well, so it's going to be really weird. Like the field will be here, and then the
Yeah.
fans will be like all the way out here.
Yeah.
So I don't know how well that's actually going to be.
Do you think that's gonna benefit the players though? Because as a player, with the fans right behind you, you can hear them. You know,
Yeah.
when you're that away team yelling at you. So does this kind of even the playing field more? You know, because the home fans can't really yell at you as much. And what Mike said, saying that it's not that far from either school. So it's just more like nobody's the home team. It's just
They're playing.
yeah, they're
Equal
just playing.
distance. Yeah.
You know, I think that's actually better, you know, because playing football in high school, I know when I could hear the other parents yelling at me saying my son is going to get you, you know, that you think, oh my gosh, like, like these people are crazy. But not hearing them, it changes the whole, you really like focus on your team and you just focus on your opponent.
You're right. Maybe that will change the whole game.
Well, if they are able to sell that thing out, 160,
That's going to be a
160,000.
loud crowd,
They'll
regardless.
still hear you
The
anyway.
NCAA record.
Yeah,
NCAA record for
I
attendance.
always pride myself being a Michigan fan, saying we got the most fans to ever go to any football game. They got 115,000 against Notre Dame this year, but that's going to be broken easily.
And then what about Michigan and Penn State in 4 overtimes? That's insane. Could you imagine?
I had
playing
nightmares over Brendan Gibbons missing 3 game-winning field goals.
Oh my gosh.
3
I think
though.
That's the worst position in college football, the kicker.
The kicker.
It has to be. It has to be. The kicker is the worst position because whatever you do. Remember the kicker for Boise State? He had death threats, and it was just a normal game. Like so. But yeah, 4 overtimes is oh my gosh.
That's like 2 games.
right.
But I think this just shows like the resilience of this Penn State football team, considering what they've gone through the past couple of years. I mean, their quarterback,
Clearly.
he knows he's never going to play in a bowl game. He's never going to be able to play for anything other than whatever the record's going to show at the end of his career. But it just shows that so much dedication to this football team and this program. So I think I'm more than happy to see Penn State beat a ranked opponent. Especially one with such great tradition as Michigan. So I think this was one of the best football games I've seen in my life.
Yeah, Christian Hackenberg, true freshman, it's very impressive.
That wasn't the only upset this week, was it?
yeah.
It was a
No.
full
Upset
upset
Saturday.
weekend.
Utah and Stanford. Beating number
Yes.
5 ranked Stanford.
Was
27-21.
not expecting that at all.
Yeah,
Yeah,
nobody
that
was
was
expecting
crazy.
that.
in the week.
I mean, if you get any unranked opponent beating a top 10, much less a top 5, that's just shocking in itself. But Stanford, with such great past with Andrew Luck leading them to how many bowl games, and being upset by an unranked opponent like Utah, it's just not something that you expect to see. And I think going into the game, there was so many people saying that Stanford was going to win by a blowout margin, and then to see Utah beat up on Stanford the way they did is just mind-boggling.
But that's the best thing about college football, because like Will said, we always say we don't expect to see this, but every year something like this happens. That's why I love college football so much, because the teams change up, players move on, but the culture of the sport will always be there.
Yeah, also SEC football, you never expect anything. Missouri goes into Georgia and knocks off Aaron Murray.
So, Amir, what
Sad face over here, Amir.
what was that you
What's
said
wrong?
last week about Georgia playing in the SEC championship?
They will still play. They will find a way. They will push through. Oh my gosh, that was shocking. I looked at that and I said, oh my gosh, everybody's gonna talk about me next time I'm back on here.
That was a little bit of a blowout, 41-26.
Tough
Little
game.
bit.
That's all I'm saying.
How about the Red River rivalry with Texas and Oklahoma? I mean, Texas is a team who people have been talking about Mac Brown, that he probably needs to leave after this season, after the poor performance that they've done. And now all of a sudden he's a hero for beating number 12 Oklahoma in the Red River rivalry.
Texas shows up differently every week. Earlier in the season, they lost to Rice, and now they beat Oklahoma.
So you never know.
Let's talk about my boy, Big Papi. That's what we're gonna talk about. I'm gonna wait till Travis
The
gets here.
Grand Slam.
Oh
right?
my God, David
Sunday
Ortiz.
night.
I don't care how old he is, he's still the same guy. He's oh my God. I'm not even a Red Sox fan, but I love David Ortiz since the beginning. What do you guys think about that whole series? Just
How great is it
It's
for them to come
intense.
back like that? A
Right,
game
exactly.
after Justin Verlander pitches a one-hitter against them.
I think this is probably the biggest turnaround since probably their ALCS series against the Yankees. Being down by that margin,
Yeah.
if Travis brought up the Yankees, being down by that margin that late in the game, and then you have your guy Big Papi come up, and I mean that's what he's paid to do, is hit
Exactly.
grand slams in that
And
situation.
he did. He did for sure.
can't
but-
get more clutch than that. You can't get more clutch than that.
If you're clutch, especially no matter how old you are.
Exactly.
David Ortiz showed that.
But they're tied 1-1 with the series right now with Detroit, even though they're playing right now.
Yeah, game's probably
Maybe in extra innings.
probably heading to the 8th, 9th inning right now, whatever. It was 0-0 before the show started, so it's still tied 1-1.
Who knows? Maybe there was another power outage.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Ray Lewis saying there's some kind of conspiracy for the 17-minute power outage. And then the Cardinals are leading the Dodgers 2-1 in their series.
But the
What do you guys
game,
think
the
of that
game
one?
last night, real good game. Oh my God.
What do you
It
think
was-
of the Puig bat flip on the
Oh, his
triple?
his triple. I think that's his rookie mentality. That you hit it that hard and you see how far it's going. You think, all right, I'm the clutchest person in Major League Baseball right now, and then to see it hit the wall, you're like, oh, I got to get to third.
Before that hit, he was 0 for 11 with 7 strikeouts in the series, and then he gets that one hit and he thinks that he's all that again.
Wow, yeah.
Hey, he's enjoying himself. You know, I can't hate on him, you know, because if I was in that position, I did the same exact thing. You know, he's having fun. He's in the playoffs. You're in L.A., Dodgers. You got Magic Johnson watching you. So, I mean, they're the Hollywood team, so I think he's just trying to match that persona.
Right. And is Magic Johnson still with his deal? What did he say if the Dodgers win?
Yeah,
Dodgers win
Magic
World
Johnson
Series.
said
Magic
that.
Johnson will wear a Speedo.
A
Yeah.
Speedo,
An LA
yeah.
Dodgers Speedo. So I'm really pulling for St. Louis right now.
Wait, when
That's
the
not something
series or
anybody-
When the
win the World
Series.
Series.
Okay, I was just like,
Oh my
just this series? Like, it's not even
He's giving it away too quick.
Right, that's too. I don't want to know what he's gonna do if they win. Oh my gosh.
Did you guys see the Bradley Marquez boxing match by any chance or hear about it?
Very tight.
That was
Very-
good.
That was a
close
unanimous,
I-
split decision.
a split decision,
decision.
and
115 to 113 and 116 to 112.
yeah, real tight. Is Bradley the real deal, Mike? Do you think? Is he?
I heard people talking that he might not be the most marketable fighter out there still, but He's probably going to be on a championship card.
Yeah, he's winning. I mean, simple as
He's
that.
winning.
And he's fighting Marquez. Marquez is not a a no name. That's somebody we see fighting the top people like Pacquiao and Floyd. So I don't think with Bradley, we beat Pacquiao. Floyd never fought Pacquiao. He beats Marquez. Floyd beat Marquez. So next year, because how Mayweather is, he's gonna think about it first. But I think Bradley's probably the next person because those comparisons come. As soon as you beat two people that somebody else beat, like with Canelo, he beat Shane Mosley.
Yeah.
Okay, you're ready for Floyd. Right. Clearly, that's not true. So, be able to boxing with that. I mean, Bradley. I don't like him either. I don't like him. I don't know. Maybe because I'm just biased.
But Marquez said he was robbed and that he doesn't think he's gonna box ever again. He doubts that he'll box again.
He's probably just saying that.
He's
a shoo-in Hall of Famer.
Right, yeah. I mean, hey, he only has like 7 losses, I think. 5, 7,
Less than 10 for sure.
Yeah, less than 10. So you've proven yourself. But I mean, hey, he's getting older. Everybody's getting older. You can't you're gonna lose unless you're money team, Floyd Mayweather. But I think Floyd's just, waiting for his time to be up, so he's gonna fight. I think he's more of, I'm gonna fight who the people want me to fight now. So if everybody yells fight Bradley, he's gonna fight Bradley.
Got the money.
That would be a good one, yeah. And throwing us some money in there. So who do you guys think is gonna take the World Series? Who do you think?
I think the Cardinals.
Who?
Before the playoffs started, I thought it was the Dodgers, but
yeah, me too.
Once the Cardinals get into October, there's really nothing you can do about it because they win.
Yeah.
Carlos Beltran is unbelievable in the postseason.
I think it's coming out of the American League. I think either team could definitely beat the Cardinals. I'm favoring the Cardinals to come out of the National League, but I think it's time for Verlander to get a ring. I think it's time Big Papi get another one. I think he can. The way the Red Sox are playing right now, after what happened in the last game with Big Papi with the Grand Slam, I think I'm liking the Red Sox.
Now, does Ortiz retire if they win the World Series? Does he say, okay, I'm done, I love you, Boston, but it's time for me to move on? Or do you think he just keeps pushing until he can't go anymore?
I think he'll keep pushing. I think he might pull a Rivera, announce before the season that it's going to be his last, so he can make his final tour around the United States, collecting all the gifts like Mariano did.
Telephone. That would be nice for him to have.
Right.
That's good.
But
no, I don't think he retires after this year.
I don't think so. But I think that's a wrap for us tonight. I'm Amanda Newman.
I'm Amir Carter.
I'm Will Lovington.
Travis Nardella.
And I'm Michael McGraw.